there. We are in business.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, Steve, tell people who you are, tell people a little bit about yourself, and then we'll kind of take it from there.
Cool. So, well, you got the first name right. So my name's Steve. I work over here in the UK for Raccoon Events, and we do, our MO is large scale customer events, and that's kind of what we do. Anything, or not anything, rather, the sectors that we operate in are cycling, outdoor, running, and snow sports. So we have the National Snow Show over here in the UK, which we launched last year. But so that's kind of the business over this side. Myself, more specifically, I suppose, I have been in events, large scale consumer events, for about 12 years ish. I want to say 12, something like that. And I'm very much an outdoors active person, snowboarder, although be it very newbie and not amazing, still snowboarder, a little bit of a skater, trying to be a surfer, not succeeding very well, but enjoying it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think we're all trying to be a surfer and not doing very well. And I think that's like the consistent thread amongst many of us in the outdoors. So one of the things I kind of wanted to talk to you about is what the snow show was like over in the UK. And I kind of want to talk about what some of the successes were that you felt going into year one last year were kind of made there, and what you guys hope to carry forward into the SnowBound Expo in Boston this year.
Definitely. So as you quite rightly put, the National Snow Show was launched last year, and it was a little bit of a how would you put it? A bit of a roller coaster, because we were in between lockdowns. The travel market was still a little bit ropey, and the industry hadn't really had a snow season for 2 years. So it was a little bit ropey, but we did it. It went really well, and I think because we kind of stepped up and created that big bang and launch for the industry, we got a lot of industry goodwill behind us, which was absolutely great. So, and I think that's actually probably quite indicative on the way that we work at Raccoons, which is really about listening to what the industry wants and how they want to shape an event, because we can put on large scale consumer events. That's what we do. Like, we're really good at it. Content driven, passion led, large scale consumer events, tick. We're not 100%, although I'm a snowboarder, we're not 100% in the industry, and that's not kind of like our bread and butter 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we really do need that feedback from the industry. And I think that's what really helped us launch the event last year, is actually listening and working with the industry very closely to make the event such a success. But the event itself is made up of kind of what you would expect from a snow sports industry show. So you've got all the brands there, you've got all the resorts, the destinations, the travel side of it. That's kind of what we would say is the basic kind of level of what we would expect from an event. The kind of the added extras onto all of that would be the content that actually happens at the event. And this is where we sprinkle a little bit of raccoon magic, I suppose, if that's a word or a phrase, onto our events, which is we focus very much on the content that we put across the stages. So working with our athletes and our influencers across the two stages. So we have an inspiration stage and a skill stage. The inspiration stage is just about that. It's about people getting the stories out to the audience to make them stoked, amped, motivated to get back out onto the mountains. So it's really inspiring, hence the name. And then we have the skill stage, which, again, as you might kind of guess from the name, is about learning. So that's really knowledge transfer. And we do find that our audience, especially in the snow sports world, are really knowledge hungry. They want to progress at their sport. They want to get better at it, because then you have more enjoyment out of it. And everyone loves progressing. It's just a great feeling when you enjoy something and you get better at it. So our snow skills stage is really about that knowledge transfer, backcountry, touring, avalanche safety, ski techniques, off snow, on snow training, everything like that to make yourself better. Those are the two stages. We have an Alpine Bar, which is right in the middle of the show. And that is just that, for people to catch up, have a few drinks, talk about the amazing experiences they've had. Greystone Action Sports, who's one of our partners over here in the UK, they deliver a skateboard mini ramp and a trampoline setup. So that's kind of transferable ball sports skills and something for the kids to do at the event, which is really important because we want to keep the kids happy while the parents are going around checking out all the new gear. We have a biathlon experience, a Nordic experience, and we also have a pretty decent size indoor slope. So it's about 4 or 5 meters high by about 4 meters wide, about 19 meters long. I mean, it's nothing too gnarly, but it is all about a kind of a nursery slope to get people sliding, have a bit of fun on there, and getting that first steps potentially into snow sports. So I think in a nutshell, our events are very much about the brands, the resorts, and the content. That's really, really important to us, the experience of being there.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that I like about the way you guys are doing this so much is how much you guys are leaning on those athletes, how much you guys are leaning on the brands that are going to attend and the partners overall. It's it's a very like almost hands-off experience, especially working with you guys for the last few months. Like for me, it's been wonderful because you kind of can bring the insight that you have from the industry and just be like, look, this is a good idea. And your opinion's actually very well heard. So I think with all of that collectively, you're you're kind of benefiting the end consumer by the way you guys are setting this up for success during the event, right? So, I mean, just to kind of run through some of the exhibitors and partners, I mean, there's Icon Pass, Cirrus, SIA will be there, and is obviously a a partner. Um, 686, Anon, Big Snow American Dream, Burke Mountain, Blizzard Skis, Burton. I mean, there's so many huge names that are going to be at this event. So I guess where I'm leading with this is what what can people expect out of the Boston show? Because I think for so long it has been this like almost like a tag sale event, and that's not a negative thing, but it's been very like it is what it is, right? And I think the branding this year is so much cleaner. The event seems like it's so much more about the experience as opposed to going to a swap almost. Um, so what can people expect when they walk into the door for the first time?
They can expect real sort of brand stories and brand engagement and really understanding what those products, new product developments, what the brand is all about, and give them an opportunity to really push and delve into the culture underneath snow sports. You're exactly right. I mean, and again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It was a very much sale focused event. You come in there, you grab your deals, you kind of get home, and that's great. This expo is not going to be like that. Obviously, we will have a retail focus, and there will be show promotions going on there because the brands will love to do that to encourage sales, which is great, and people will be looking for that. But it's very much a start of season preview, so you'll be able to really find out about what the brands are doing, what direction they're going, what are their key messages, why, and really discover why you love that brand so much, because the brand is the hero behind all this, alongside having that opportunity to get face-to-face interactions with your favorite resorts and destinations, and those resorts and destinations that you maybe not even been to or not even considered. So there's a real discovery process that's going to happen at the expo as well. So it's definitely built around experience. Another great thing as well about the event, as you said, we definitely lean on and work with our athletes and influencers a lot more collaboratively and heavily, really. And you'll be able to have meet and greet opportunities, so you get your selfie with your favorite athlete because they will be there after their talks, and you'll be able to grab the photo with them, really take a snapshot of that memory home with you after the expo.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, just to kind of run through some of that list too, it's a pretty insane list of athletes that are going to be there. I mean, Bode Miller, Conrad Anker, Dan Egan, Danny Reyes Acosta, Vasu Sojitra, Myrna, Phil Henderson. Like, I mean, it's a very insane group of people that'll be in Boston, and I think that's something that has been missing in years past at the old expo. And again, like I love that show. I used to go to that thing every year. This is going to continue on a lot of that and even improve on some of the aspects that I think that was missing. especially when it comes to the speaker engagements. I mean, these are, like I said, this is some of the best people in the industry that are going to come and kind of give their insight and give people that are visiting the show an opportunity to actually engage with them, right? Like that doesn't
Mhm.
happen very often, and it doesn't happen in very many other sports where you actually have the ability to engage with your favorite athletes in such a close and connected way.
100%. And actually, the kind of lineup that you said there, that's only the start of it. We have several more athletes that we are athletes, Olympians, ex pros, really getting on board at the moment. We're just waiting for final bits of paperwork back. All the kind of boring stuff where you have to get paperwork signed and all that jazz. But it's all in hand. And yeah, we'll be announcing more this week and next week for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited. Some of the people that I've seen on the up and up are it's even more exciting, I think. Not that, this isn't already good enough, but
Mhm.
it's great to see. And I think there's so many people in the New England area that use this as kind of their official kickoff to the season, right?
Mhm.
It's the right time of year, November 18th to the 20th. It's just at that time when the ski season starts to hit. Vail Resort's just kind of put out their tentative opening days, and all of those are right in this same wheelhouse, like where people are going to start to get out for day one. So I think this is a great opportunity for people to kind of build their preseason hype, but it's also a good opportunity for people to get those last minute like deals and activations with the brands that they like, and actually kind of get the education that they might not be able to get everywhere else, because snow sports, as you may or may not have kind of noticed so far, is very like it's very like close to chest for a lot of people. They
Mm.
don't Not everything is shared and all the information isn't just out there, right? So I think being at events like this, in terms of a even a networking event at the very baseline level, is cool, because you just get to be around people that care about the same things that you do in one centralized place, which hasn't really happened in any real capacity since before COVID. So
Mm.
this is a great opportunity for the people in that Boston area and even outside.
Look, 100%. And I can guarantee that when you come through those doors and you're tuning into a session by Bode on the inspiration stage, you're listening to Scarpa about, some backcountry techniques, you go and have a quick beer in the Alpine Bar, then maybe watch some people do a skate to ski activation, have a little go on the cross country experience, go and check out the indoor slope where, your kids or your friends are having a good time just sliding down and just laughing with each other. You're going to be stoked and wanting to get back out onto the mountains. And that's what this is all about. It's getting people in that vibe, in that energy to really go back and do their passion and take it up a notch.
Yeah, this is like that's the perfect it's peak time for the stoke levels, I think, because everybody will have built it all up. I mean, we're already starting kind of to build that preseason hype now. So it'll be crazy to see the level that we're at heading into the 22-23 season once we kind of hit this this snowbound weekend. I think people are going to be just frothing to get out there and make something happen for the year. And again, like, this is an opportunity for people to connect with people that they don't get to see very often, connect with their ski friends, their ski partners, the people that they normally only see on hill. This is a great kind of centralized opportunity for people to actually get out there and get that real in-person feeling that, that really has been limited for the past few years.
Mm, definitely.
So I love that. Couple quick things I wanna talk about, before I let you get out of here. Let's talk real quick about booking a ticket, how tickets are available, how people can actually get into the event. I know we have a promo code, so you can get a ticket for free online for a limited time at snowboundexpo.com, and it's just promo code out of. But do people need to book ahead of time? Are we encouraging people to book ahead of time? What's the story in terms of incentivizing people to kind of book right now?
100%. I mean, the show itself wants to unite the snow sports scene, bring together the community, reduce barriers into the event by basically getting as many people through the door as possible. And the way that we do that is that we, as you quite rightly put, we've got a free ticket code. You can grab one from you guys for sure and get your tickets locked in. That free ticket code will be expiring in the next sort of couple of weeks. So I would say, if you have the opportunity to get online, subscribe to the newsletter, use your guys' code, book up as soon as possible, because then that way you'll grab yourself some free tickets, because they will be turning off very soon. So yeah, hit snowboundexpo.com. Use the code, which I'm sure will be in show notes or show description somewhere along the lines with you guys. And then, yeah, get yourself a free ticket before they switch to paid for.
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of New Englanders are very well known to not want to spend money on things they don't have to spend money. So this seems like an opportunity to get something for free. And I can't imagine why anybody listening to this or anybody that wants to go to the show, period, wouldn't go out and use a free code to attend an event that in all likelihood, once the season starts to get rolling, you're going to want to attend regardless. I mean, it's every day you see somebody counting down the days until the season officially starts. And I think for a lot of people, it takes like it getting colder and it takes that like time of year for people to actually like feel it. But at the very worst case, this is a thing that everybody should do even if you don't go, right? We want people to go, but like, why would you not prepare yourself for the future if it's free now and costs money later? That's what I always like. I have a hard time
Yeah.
understanding the lack of preparation. I get it to an extent, but I think being prepared is one of the biggest things that we do as skiers and snowboarders and outdoor enthusiasts as a whole. And even more so, it applies to this event.
Couldn't agree more. Definitely go and register for free ticket or pay for it later on. I mean, if you do pay for it later on, it's $15 a day, or you can get a weekend ticket, 3-day for $30. So, but I mean, save that money, go and spend it on some new gear, and book yourself a free ticket now.
Yeah, like why? Yeah, I don't understand. If it's $15 is $15 at the end of the day. So it's gonna. I mean, it is what it is. Boston is not the cheapest place to exist in. So I mean, save yourself some money to go park your car. I mean, like that's really what you should go. That's what people should look at. It's like it doesn't hurt as much when you've saved the money getting into the event itself. Okay. Last thing from you, I think. Where can people? One more time, where can people follow along on social? Where can people follow along in general? Where can people get all the information that they need to go to the show?
Right, definitely. The first point of resource is snowboundexpo.com. So that's where you should really be going. So go there, check it out. We've got the about, we've got show info, we've got what's on. You'll see the full lineup of speakers along with sponsors and exhibitors. So that I'd definitely just go there and just subscribe, because we're also pumping out all kinds of giveaways, swag, competitions from that plethora of brands that we work with. So, definitely do that. Then obviously hit us up on Instagram. So SnowBound Expo on Instagram. Definitely tune into that one. If you're more of a Facebook kind of person, then again, SnowBound Expo on Facebook. I think you're kind of seeing a continuous theme here with our naming of all our socials. Just in case you weren't quite getting there with it. And then, if you're Twitter inclined and you like a tweet, then yeah, search us on SnowBound Expo as well.
I love that. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate the time. And once again, people can go to snowboundexpo.com. They can use promo code out of for apparently the next couple weeks or so and get a free entry to the show. And at the very least, I will hope to see people there. We'll be at the event kind of rolling around, doing quick interviews with people, taking pictures, and obviously we have a booth set up as well. So come by and see us there, and come by and see your favorite athletes and brands. I mean, that's really the whole synthesis, I guess, for this whole thing. So love that, Steve. Once again, I appreciate the time. This has been great.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adam. It's been awesome.
Let me just hit this real quick, make sure we're all good.